It may have took 45 fucking minutes, but I found out how to turn it on. It's not actually as easy if you're not used to going live. I thought, well, I'll plan one. We'll plan one. We'll go 15 minutes before the 3 o'clock kickoff, and it'll be really good because we'll be able to talk about football for 15 minutes, go into the first half, and brilliant. So I clicked the YouTube studio, and I'm thinking, how the hell do I start this damn thing? And I just couldn't find any. You click the live button, and it just starts opening up a new live, which I just went on with a new live. And I'm thinking, well, there must be a way of getting to the older. And I managed to get to it, but all it gave me the options was edit the video. Well, the video doesn't exist yet, so why is it giving me an option to edit the damn thing? I've not even gone live, for God's sake. But we unfortunately carried on looking at the scores. I'm a Rotherham fan. Unfortunately, Daniel Ayala got sent off for 2 stupid yellows. Basically, apparently he got a yellow, and then it was all his fault. And then he ran after the player and hacked him down again to make it 2 yellows. And it's like, what the hell have you done that for? And he got sent off for it. And it's like, well, I hope he gets a fine, because he deserves a fine for that, and he deserves, that's just total bullshit. Total bullshit. So we're now into the second half. Which ones are in the second half? Stoke City, Sheffield Wednesday are in the second half. So we're up with this Stoke City Sheffield Wednesday game. Let's see if we can. I don't know which one. I think it's just the QPR that's on video at the minute. So I can pull the QPR game up. I can pull the Sheffield United game up. The Sheffield United game is suddenly Sheffield United 1, Brentford 0. And it's Brighton 0, Burnley 1. So my attempt at getting a share of the £1 million for getting all 6 of the selected scores right, not going to work, because I've got the Brighton Burnley game the wrong way around. At the minute, it's Brighton 0, Burnley 1. I have got the Manchester United game right at the minute, though. I did say Man United 0, Bournemouth 1, and it is. But that's bloody early for it's still half time. Wolverhampton at half time, 1-1 with Nottingham Forest. Cardiff games half time. Huddersfield 1, Bristol City 1. Where the devil did that goal come from? 46 minutes. It took the Bristol City 1 minute to get back in that game. 1 minute. So that's Huddersfield's little enjoyment squandered. Nope, I'm not putting any money on that. Go away. The only other game is going. Sheffield Wednesday are in there. So Stoke City. Let's have a look at that. Stoke City, Bambo Diaby for Sheffield Wednesday at the minute. They're going. Yeah, they've lost the ball in the attacking half. Stoke City well it forward and lose the ball. Wednesday in their own half. What are they going to do? It Bambo Diaby again. And he loses it to Stoke City. It's a little bit messy at the minute. And Stoke City belly it down and lose it to Wednesday. Wednesday then pass it but lose it to Stoke City. Oh, this is pathetic. This has to be worse than watching a Rotherham game. It really is quite poor play for both sides. I mean, I really don't know. They have. I was going to say Stoke City have seemed to have got a little bit of momentum going then, and then they lose it straight away to Sheffield Wednesday, who welly it forward and lose it in the Stoke half. They try and build up their left. Oh, they're building quite quickly, but they pass it back into their own half, and they try and so they seem to be trying to catch Sheffield Wednesday out with a couple of really strong, quick runs down the wing. Mainly their left wing, and straight across to the left again, and then cross it into the middle of the box. Nearly did it, but Volks takes it out and loses it. I think that we're pushing it here, I'm afraid, guys. It just looks like a 0-0 game. It looks like a 0-0 game. The odds are actually showing 0-0 as well at the minute. Yeah, it's 2-1 against Stoke City, and it's 3.5-1 against Sheffield Wednesday, and roughly evens for the draw. So even the punters are thinking draw, but Sheffield Wednesday are in the box and they shoot. They've got a shot. George Byers only parried away, blocked, pushed to the corners. Who wellies it forward for a Sheffield Wednesday throw on the halfway line. So there's a little bit of excitement creeping in. Probably more so if you're a Sheffield Wednesday fan. But at the minute, Sheffield Wednesday seem to be more likely to score than any of the other teams, but not really. I won't say either of them are really looking like scoring. But if any of them were, it would be Sheffield Wednesday. Stevenage are now winning 2-1 away at Burton Albion. That was 1-0, I believe. Derby 2-0 away at Leyton Orient. Peterborough still 2-0 up at home to Oxford. It's now Reading 1, Barnsley 1. Wickham 0, Shrewsbury Town 1. That's an interesting score. Leyton Orient have had a red card. Rotherham have had a red card. Anything in the Premiership? No, nothing in the Premiership. Still Sheffield United winning. Sheffield United winning 1-0 at home to Brentford. Let's see who scored that one. I think I remember getting it, but I can't. James McAtee on 45+1. So 45+1, Sheffield United 1-0 up. They're now in the 50th minute, and they're still 1-0 up. And my neck is hurting. Oh, dear. So what do we have? Cardiff 0, Millwall 0. Let's have a look at that one. Cardiff 0, Millwall 0. Cardiff are in the attack at the minute with Mighty, Collins. Short little passes just in the attacking half. Gutas, NG. A funny surname. Is it NG? It must stand for something. Colwill, Gutas. Gutas is holding back. So Gutas is with McGuinness on the right at the back end. And a minute they're sort of playing it between the back three, pushing it forward, but Millwall grabbed that one with Hutchinson. Maite takes it off him in the attacking half. Maite Lopis was a good ball to NG, back to Bowler. With NG, we're sort of really pressing and pulling back. Cardiff are now, and it's Wallace who grabs that cross, and where's he going to place the ball? So Wallace has the ball. He's wellied it out for a Millwall throw, and he gives it. Oh, that's bad. It's not. You've got to do better than that with the throw-ins. Millwall, it's right back at with Sarkic in the 12-yard box. Who well is it forward to net? That's better. Norton Cuffy there with a shot, but not quite doing anything with it. Perry Ng seems to have come back all the way back. He's ran the full length of the pitch there. Oops. I need to do that. Is it gonna pull me back? Yeah, it's gonna pull me back. So let's have a look, guys, at what we have going today. Nothing else in the Premiership. Huddersfield 1, Bristol City 1. Oh, how on earth? Leicester City. What has happened there? Leicester City 3, Plymouth 0. So now we've got 49th and a 52-minute goal. So they've scored 2 in the second half, 1 on 49, 1 on 52. Daka and Mavididi, yes. They're now 250 to 1 on to win. 3-0, I can imagine that. Well, at least my team, Rotherham, haven't sort of conceded 3 yet. Although the odds have just disappeared, and that means there's been something else happen. Please don't give us another red card. Leicester City 4, Plymouth 0. And Leicester City are absolutely trouncing poor old Plymouth. That I would not have seen coming. Certainly would not have seen that coming. No, I worry that teams who come up from League One, when they play a team from the Premiership, it must be very disheartening if you start to get 3 or 4-0 down. And I can see how teams coming up would probably think, well, 1-0, fine, we can get back. 2-0, we can sort of hold on and not get trounced. But when you get to 4, I think that's a little bit of a statement, and you become part of that statement, don't you? Because then the Premiership side, in this case Leicester, want to make it a statement that we're back and we're going back up to the Premiership. However, the hearts drop, and I think, well, I don't know what you think, but to me, the lower down you are in the food chain in the leagues, the quicker your hearts drop if you start to get 2 or 3-0 down. There's not many sides lower down who can be 4-0 down and finish on a sort of 4-2, 4-3. I mean, I remember Rotherham used to be able to do that. They used to be able to go out and, on the 3rd and 4th tier, they'd go out and they'd be, 2 or 3-0 down, and then all of a sudden, it's oh wow, it's 4-1 and 4-2. Hey, we might get it back to 4-3. Yeah, and sometimes we did. Yeah, you have 1 goal difference, which is a hell of a lot better than losing 3 or 4-0. So at the minute, things seem to have just settled down a bit. Southampton are now winning against Watford. Let's see about that one. So goal scorers, 56 minutes. It's Che Adams for Southampton on 56, which, if my screen moves, literally Watford have just gone behind against Southampton. I can't remember what I put for that. Did I bet on that one? I can't remember if Received. We've already received that one because it's 4-0 up. So Rotherham, well, they're not going to win that one. Hull City, and they're losing at QPR. Norwich, I've got to win, and it's 0-0. Cardiff, I've got to win, and it's 0-0 there. But at the minute, it's not looking good for my bets. There's no cash out offer because we're doing crap. If Rotherham were to get a goal, then it might give me a cash out, and I might have to suddenly accept it, because I think with 10 men we're not going to get any more than a draw. I think we are in dire need of a manager. I don't know any other club that would sack their manager and then go a month and a half without having another one in place. They've offered it to 3 people so far, and they've all turned it down. The Southampton manager came in, the ex-Southampton manager came in, and he even went to 2 games. And they gave him time to watch 2 games. They gave him a whole week to watch 2 games. And then he came out of the Birmingham game 20 minutes early and said, no, I don't want to manage Rotherham. They're a bag of shit, and walked off. Watford versus Southampton. Ooh, what happened there? Something's happened there. Let's go for the timeline. The yellow card for Watford. So 3rd yellow card in the game. So that's why they've they changed the odds there. They seem to be. Where are all the yellow cards then? Let's have a look. Well, they appear to be all for Watford. That's possibly why they're no, they're all for Southampton. Well, the 2 are there for Southampton. I thought that last one was for Watford, but dink timeline. Yeah, right, it's 2 for Southampton, 1 for Watford. I wonder why they changed the odds for that. That's a strange thing. Changing the odds for for Watford getting a yellow card when actually they're not. That's not really a massive. I don't think it does a great effect on them, or a great effect on the game. Norwich Preston. So Norwich Preston are. I'm going to sit back here. Hopefully we can move move that down a little bit, and we're going to lay back, because I think that my team Rotherham are absolute bag of shit, and 10 men. I mean, they've done well. 10 men against 10 men, no manager against 11 men and no manager. What did we expect? Another defeat. QPR are winning. That's not good for us. Huddersfield are drawing now, which is a little bit better than Huddersfield winning. I'm just stunned. I'm just hoping that Stoke City don't go and blow it at Sheffield Wednesday. At the minute, it's very odd play. It's still doing it. I mean, I'm coming back in to watch the Wednesday game, and it's weird. It's one way. They just seem to be losing the ball to each other constantly. It's as if they just don't want the ball. At the minute, Barry Bannon's in the corner. He's in his own corner. He passes it across to Marvin Johnson in his own box, who then gives it straight to Stoke in their own area, then sort of pass it in a triangle and lose it straight to Famiwu, and then loses it to Stoke, who loses it to Diaby, and it's just the way it is. Musaba loses it to Clark. So Clark's got it for Stoke. Can they keep it for more than 3 passes? 1, 2. Can he pass it a third time? Yes, he's passed it third time to B. Can 4 passes? Wow, this is really good from Stoke. This is 4 passes in a row. Probably the first 5 passes in a row. Well, 6, 7, and they're in the box, and they lose it. It just doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. The odds at the minute are still pointing towards a draw. It's odds on a draw, and you can see why the bookies are putting odds on a draw. Palmer keeping it for Wednesday in the defence, passes it back to Cameron Dawson, who wellies it into the other half and gives it away to Simpkin. So 1, 2, 3 passes for Stoke. I was going to count the passes. 4 passes back to Simpkin, and just a triangle. Oh, this is 5, and then loses it to Bernard. So 5 in a triangle, nearly two rounds of the triangle, and then loses it. And now we're back with McNally after they lost it back to Stoke. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passes by Stoke. Can they make a 6? 6 pass back into defence, shoots it forward. Bernard gets it for Wednesday. 1 pass, 2 passes for Wednesday. It's in their own half with Palmer. 2 passes to Palmer. 2 passes to Palmer. Where's Palmer going to get? Where's Palmer going to go? Palmer's finding it a bit tough now. Come on, where are you going to put it? He's going to welly it up to the left, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passes. We're keeping it on the left wing. 6 passes to Volks, who passes it back to Cameron Dawson. 7, that's odd. But they have passed it around 7 times, 8 times that they lose it, and they lose it back again. See, I can't watch this. It's absolutely dire stuff. The Wednesday game is just dire. Leicester City are still winning 4-0. Leicester City are winning 4-0. Swansea are winning 1-0 away at Rotherham. Southampton are winning 1-0 away at Watford. That dire game. Stoke City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. QPR 0, Hull 0. That's their Hull City are in the attack, and we will just add that to my commentary.
Out towards Connolly now to Christie.
Chair has it in for QPR at the minute.
And one back last minute, and it's that's a free kick against Christie, and QPR can breathe a bit
so that's
easier.
that.
It's a free kick to QPR. Just outside their
Free
own
kick to
penalty
QPR,
area.
as you heard.
Looking at that again, it's a chance for Delap again. That's the first time we can see the replay. It's a good shot there, 13, 14 yards out.
So, and Rotherham has scored.
By,
Rotherham have scored.
And,
Rotherham 1, Swansea 1.
QPR 1, Hull City 0. In the other championship games, Rotherham seems to get an equaliser against Swansea with 10 men. They're good at home, Rotherham, not so good away. They seem to be a totally different team.
It's not telling me who scored.
QPR on the left.
It's not telling me who scored, but Rotherham has scored. For how on earth they scored with 10 men, I don't know.
Going forward, it's one back by Alsop, and then it's McRae. So really.
Now, my question is, well, I do need QPR to lose, don't I? So,
20 out on them.
So if I go to my bets, because I put Rotherham to win, Leeds to win, that's received. Leicester to win, they're only 4-0 up, that's received. Get back. So I get an early payout if they go 2-0 up. So that's paid.
right hand side for Queen's Park Rangers, and it's Canada.
Cardiff, I need to win their 0-0.
And it's Lyndon Dykes that tries to control the ball. It's something in between a header and the chest down, and it just hits his chin. It looks like it. And
wow.
It just goes
So,
out
what have we got on payout? We might have a payout. No, we're not getting. There's no early cash out yet. Why are we not got early cash out? Rotherham are 1-1. We need a Rotherham win. Hull City. Oh, that's the one. Because Hull City are losing at QPR. So if Hull City can get a goal, I may get an early payout, and I may have to accept that.
By Lyndon Dykes and Paul Smythe it's coming up.
So there's only two going the right way at them. Well, one's already finished the right way. Have my 6. One's been given to me because they're 4-0 up. So there's only 4. And there's only one going the wrong way at the minute, which is Hull City. So, so that's that. In play, we'll see what's in play. So, I wish I had somebody in here. It'd be quite fun to have a conversation. Burnley are 1-0 up at Brighton. Bournemouth are 1-0 up at Manchester United. Sheffield United. Excuse me, Sheffield United. Disgusting. Sheffield United are 1-0 up at home to Brentford. And Wolverhampton 1, Nottingham Forest 1.
To a goal kick. Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich Town 2. In
You heard that.
Championship now. So,
Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich Town 2.
67 minutes played. QPR.
Good job, I didn't bet on that one. I didn't bet on that because I thought it could go either way. Ipswich have been playing absolutely bang average. I'm not going to say badly. We drew against them. Bang average. Not brilliant, not badly, just bang average. But so have Middlesbrough, so it could have gone either way.
And it's Huddersfield 21 just over the line. Stoke City.
Norwich Preston. And this is one that I really thought would be. And look at that possession. 65% possession for Norwich. 42 dangerous attacks against 15. 91 attacks to Norwich, 61 to Preston. And yet it's 0-0. And yet you look at the XG and it's 0.53 to Norwich and 0.39 to Preston. You think they're just keeping the ball. Norwich are just keeping the ball. They're not doing anything with it. They just keep keeping the ball.
Feels it's saved by Begovic again. Great chance for Hull City. It's a decent chance, and it's ball goes out on the left-hand side.
Norwich in their own half.
And that's a second. Really
Let's see whether they just keep the ball or whether they can actually get it into the attacking position.
Much better. They play better.
They seem to get into the opponent's half, but then they seem to just not get it into the box.
QPR still winning 1-0, but Hull City.
It just didn't get into the box. It came straight back out again. Once again, they've got it with Duffy, Sarah, Sains. Can they get it into the box? Can they cross it? Nope. And a shot off target. So it just doesn't. Oh, an offside, right? So don't know. Don't know on that one. I think. Oh, Bournemouth 2-0 up. Bournemouth now 2-0 up at Man United. I can see hell raising up Man United, guys.
There's only one team trying to score goals at the moment. All up to Grief, and it's a tackle in the box, and it's again it's.
Let's have a look at this game. Hull City get a yellow card.
Tackle in the box, and it's a yellow card given to Coyle, I think, for protest. They want a penalty there, so it's not a penalty. It looked a penalty to me, to be honest. It's Connolly just drives into the box, and I look at that again. I think the referee just
quick
did
look on my tablet.
Depends if you see Dossel, who just might have held back held back.
when it eventually comes
Connolly.
up.
So it's,
Oh, it's Sam Nombe that scored. Right, okay, Sam Nombe
actually
scored.
given a free kick. It gave the advantage for their penalty decision. But
So that's the thing with Sky. The Sky app is so far behind. The Sky app is a good. Oh,
the referee
wow.
didn't get the penalty, pulled it back for a free kick. An earlier offence. So free kick out 20 yards from there, 25 yards from the corner flag. 5 yards inside the pitch.
Ipswich 2-0 away to Middlesbrough. Cardiff, let's have a look at the Cardiff game. This is just always Cardiff shoot off target by Etete. Shot off target.
In defence there. Really managed to get the defence sorted on. If you carry on like this, they might get a second. Clean sheet in a row. Look at that.
So that's
shot from
Cardiff City seem to be on the ascendancy in that one.
So it's still QPR.
We still got 0-0, Cardiff 0, Millwall 0, Huddersfield 1, Bristol City 1, Leicester 4, Plymouth 0, Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich 2, Norwich City 0, Preston 0, but Norwich are definitely on the ascendancy there. QPR 1, Hull 0, Rotherham 1, 10 man, Rotherham 1, Swansea 1, Stoke City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Watford 0, Southampton 1. Let's just look at that one. Southampton have most of the play. Still got the play at the minute. They actually got 2 yellow cards in a row, Watford, so that's pretty dangerous. They just don't seem to be able to get into the game. I can't see Watford getting back on that one.
Scored 5 goals in 19 games.
And it's Brighton 1, Burnley 1. And it's Man United 0, Bournemouth 3. Bournemouth 3. My God. Man United fans are going to be rolling in their graves.
Just outside a penalty area, he plays it out, and it's a shot, and it's 2-0 to QPR.
2-0 to QPR.
Hull City, and in the end, his chair put the ball into the back of the net after the back pass got charged down by Dykes.
I give in. QPR are just going to welly it out of the fucking relegation zone. Meanwhile, Rotherham and Sheffield Wednesday are just going to saunter around at draws. Yeah, 1 point per home game and nothing away from home. It's just going to be. Oh, and Swansea actually scored against Rotherham, so it's now Rotherham 1, Swansea 2. I lose the will to live. I just lose the will to live, guys. Really do.
It's not gone yet, but this looks like game set a match. QPR 2. QPR 2. Hull City 0. And what terrible
oh, dear. Really great, I don't want to see the Swansea goal.
Sinclair Armstrong, and ball got squared in.
Well, go away. The only time that Sky get it right is when we let one in.
Totally against the run of play. It's Ilias Chair, the Moroccan who got a goal. Now it's probably should be Kair. Now it's Hull City on the left hand side. They're not giving up. Just across into the far post, and it's a header. Just over.
I think
by Delap. Delap just looks like he's going to
we
get
are
this,
not doing well
today.
here. Today is one of those times where we just give up. I think I just give up. Rotherham are just so shit. Really are. I just can't see. I'm gobsmacked, guys. I really am gobsmacked. Absolutely gobsmacked how we can be so crap. And how the owner, Tony, can just wallow around for 6 weeks, go on holiday, come back, still not get anybody in as manager, and think it's actually acceptable. I just don't see how it can be acceptable. You're going to lose at home Why? Because you couldn't be asked to get a fucking manager in 6 weeks. No manager. Why? Why have you got no manager in? What a load of tosh. I think we can just look at the other. Let's just look at League One. Blackpool 2, Carlisle 0. So we've got Blackpool 2, Carlisle 0. We've got Bristol Rovers 1, Cheltenham 1, Burton Albion 1, Stevenage 2. Charlton are now 2-0 up against Cambridge. Exeter 0, Port Vale 1, Leyton Orient 0, Derby 2 still. Still Northampton 2, Fleetwood 0. It's still Peterborough 2, Oxford 0. So now I think we got to Reading 1, Barnsley 1, didn't we? And then Wickham 0, Shrewsbury 1 was a score from before. So Watford 0, Southampton 1. Still looking like a coasting win to Southampton. Stoke City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, which at the minute is really, really looking like a Sheffield Wednesday 0, Stoke 0 all over it. It just looks like it just looks a 0-0 all over it. Rotherham 1, Swansea 2, QPR 2, Hull 0. Yeah, I think it's all over, game, set, and match, I'm afraid. So I am going to carry on. It's just one of those things, you support your team, you support your home team, and you've really got to try and support them through thick and thin, even when everything is absolutely dire. And you just hope that occasionally, you can come away with a win, and that you can prove everybody wrong. However, occasionally, just doesn't happen, does it, guys? And you end up sort of bashing your head against the brick wall, and that's what we feel like at the minute. Rotherham fans are just bashing their head against the brick wall, and it's not good. All gone quiet for a few minutes now. All gone quiet with Cardiff 1, Millwall 0. There we are. We've finally got a goal in the Cardiff Millwall game. So Cardiff 1, Millwall 0. Huddersfield 1, Bristol City 1. I suppose as a Rotherham fan, we'd hope that Bristol City could try and get back into that one. But doesn't actually look like it. In fact, it looks more likely to be. It is more likely to be a Bristol City to nick it, but it's more likely to be. It's more likely to be a Bristol City draw away from home, which is probably not what they really wanted. Leicester City 4-0 up. Middlesbrough 2-0 down. Norwich 0-0. Let's have a look at the Norwich game, shall we? Norwich game, and we've got Norwich offside. Come on, that's not right. Think. Oh, for heaven's sake. Yep, definitely offside. Can we? I don't know what's happening there. That's rather odd. It keeps flicking. Thank you. Reset it to Preston with the ball. There seems to be a few problems with the feedback from Norwich Preston. Although at the minute it's Norwich with in the ascendancy. still with most of the ball. It's just they don't seem to be able to get it in the bloody net. Preston just don't let them get any further than 3/4 up the pitch. So Norwich City go 3/4 up the pitch, Preston stop them, and then it all starts again from Norwich's back line, which is just crazy. I don't think Norwich are going to do anything here. Can they get a goal in 5 minutes? I doubt. You see, again, they bash it into the box, but Potts gets it for Preston, and it's you can almost guarantee it's going to welly it out, and it's going to go straight to a Norwich City player, but it's not going to make any difference. So they're playing very. Preston are. That's the thing is, Preston are playing rather like a mid-stroke bottom of the table side, trying to make sure they don't lose. When because of their position, because they used to be first in the league, you'd expect them to be pushing for that winning goal. But unfortunately, for Preston fans, they appear to be saying, we just don't want to lose. We don't want to go down the table any more than what we have at the minute. So we have no goals in the first few. QPR is still 2-0 up at home to Hull. There's no goals there yet. So we can rest for 5 minutes. The only games that look like they're over are probably the Leicester 4, Plymouth 0, Rotherham 1, Swansea 2, with Rotherham being down to 10 men. That's probably over. I'd say the Watford 0, Southampton 1 is over. It's pretty much all Southampton anyway. I'd probably agree with the Stoke City Sheffield Wednesday. I think that's over. That's going to be a 0-0. That just looks like a 0-0. It's 0-0 all over it. I mean, we can have a quick look, but Stoke don't seem to be able to get more than 6 passes together. Interesting. No feedback whatsoever at the minute. No feedback at all. That's odd. I don't know what's happening here. Let's have a look at the timeline. Stoke were in the attack. And Stoke got a yellow card. Stoke have just got a yellow card. They were in the attack. It appears to be a corner to Sheffield Wednesday. So it's a corner to Sheffield Wednesday into Icky in the middle of the box. Icky's not that good. Loses it, wellies it out to Will Volks in the. Oh wow! I mean, this is ping pong between the two halves. It goes straight down the other end and straight back into the to the Wednesday box, and then straight into the into the Stoke box. Now it's gone straight back to the Wednesday box. It's ping pong time. It's ping pong, and it's back into the other box. This is fucking ridiculous. I mean, the goalies might as well just kick it between each other with the players standing in midfield. I give up. If I was a Stoke fan watching that, I would be just astounded. Wolverhampton 1, Forest 1. Brighton 1, Burnley 1, Man United 0, Bournemouth 3, Sheffield United 1, Brentford 0, Cardiff 1, Millwall 0, Huddersfield 1, Bristol City 1, Leicester City 4, Plymouth 0, Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich 2, Preston are 0-0 away at Norwich, although they're getting hammered, but their defence is absolutely stalwart. Really, really good. I'd say that their defence is the best one of the games on today in the Championship, to be honest. If you actually look at the way they're playing and the attacking momentum getting right up to them, the pressure they're taking is immense, yet they're standing up really well. And then you've got QPR 2, Hull 0. Let's go back into that for a second. Hull City are on the attack, but I can't see them actually doing anything. And they get a yellow card. So, no. If you've got the ball, you shouldn't be getting a yellow card. You really shouldn't. Really shouldn't. Oh, dear. Stoke City 0. Sheffield Wednesday 1. Now, Rotherham United are on the bottom of the league. We're now on the bottom. We're now bottom of the league. How bad is that? We're now bottom of the league. Well, I'm stunned. I'm stunned, guys. Rotherham United are now bottom of the league on goal difference from Sheffield Wednesday. Just stunned. Absolutely stunned. I mean, there's only so much shit you can take as a manager, as a supporter of a club without a manager, and this is it. How the hell does Tony Stewart, the owner, what does he think he's fucking playing at? No manager. Month and a half down the line from sacking the last one. I'd rather have fucking kept the last manager and at least had one. But no, we're not going to keep the manager. It is shit. We lost too heavily against Watford. Yeah, but if you're going to sack him, get someone in. At least have the bollocks to not go on holiday for a week. And it's just manic. Just manic. How you can possibly sack a manager and then 6 weeks later still not have one. I mean, our man Taylor's actually got sacked and got another job in that time. He's now managing Bristol Rovers, and yet we're sat with no manager. So our sacked manager goes off, applies for another job, gets it, and he's managing a different. It's just not even funny. It's not funny, really isn't. It's absolute bollocks. At the minute, Rotherham seem to have put on as many strikers as they can get on the pitch. But if you don't get it in the box, then that's not going to make any fucking difference. It's pathetic. I'm stunned. I am actually stunned. Rotherham are now bottom of the league. Halfway through the season, bottom of the league. 10 points from I think it might even be 11 points from safety. Let's have a look. Shall we have a look? How many points from safety are Rotherham? What do we reckon, guys? Right, so we're bottom on 13. Huddersfield are on 21 with 3 other clubs. Plymouth haven't. Let's say Plymouth can't get back into that, surely. So we're 8 points from safety. 8 points from safety. That is that because that's because Millwall have just lost a point, so they've gone down to 21 from 22. Stoke City. Oh, yeah, because Stoke City are now losing against Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, so they've gone down from 22 to 21 as well. That's where it went. And Huddersfield were winning, but they're now drawing. Hopefully, they're still drawing. Yeah, so that's where it went. It was up to 22 points, which was it was up to 22 points, which would have been 9 points adrift. So I think we're pretty much shot. 8 points adrift with and halfway through the season is what I would call a pretty dire situation. So I think we can get rid of that one. I think we're a quick look at one of the last few games that's on, which is Rotherham's. We've got another 4 minutes to play. Rotherham 1, Swansea 2. Oh, look at that. Man United 0, Bournemouth 4. Man United 0, Bournemouth 4. Tell me that's against the run of play. Sheffield United 1, Brentford 0. That's going to make the bottom end of the table quite interesting, isn't it? I must have a quick look at that. That's I bet that's quite an interesting. We go to that. Still, McAtee's goal there as the keeping them in there. Sheffield United on 8 points on the bottom from Burnley. 8 points in from Burnley, who have got 1 point. So from a draw at the minute with Brighton. Brighton can't be that far away. Where's Brighton? Oh, they're halfway up. They're in 8th, actually. They're doing really well. Yeah, it could have been in the top 5. It would have been above Spurs. It was really good. Luton in 9 with 9 points, and then Everton with 10. But yeah, 8 points. They're not doing too bad. Well, they're doing better than they would have been with 5, aren't they? So yeah, not made too much of a difference. But Villa versus Arsenal tonight. It's interesting. You look at the Sky Sports app, and it's still on half time. Go away. So we've got Cardiff 1, Millwall 0, 92 minutes. We've got Huddersfield 1, Bristol City 1, 96 minutes. Leicester 4-0 up, 96 minutes. Borough 2-0 down to Ipswich, 95 minutes. Full time at Norwich Preston 0-0. That's my bet gone. QPR 2, Hull 0, 93 minutes. Forget the Rotherham one. That's just bollocks. 1-0, 2-1 to Swansea. Stoke 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Watford 0, Southampton 1. And that's the way things are going to finish today. I will quit it there because I'm pissed off with the Rotherham game. I'm pissed off with Tony Stewart. He won't listen, but the fans really, really, really think you've got this one totally bollocksed up, Tony. Fucking change it.